Kids and cadets, welcome back to Tommy Time. Oh yay, picked up this John Deere. It's a Sam 120. I picked it up from Cortez, Florida. This thing was a flood victim. So we did an initial looky look. I decided to keep plowing ahead and start to dismantle it. We had looked at the both plugs. This one here, it dripped out snot. The other side had a little salt on the electrode, this side. So decided to take the intake off. It comes off quite easily. You've got 210s on this side, 210s here, a couple of linkages that you have to take off. One on this side, one on this side. So once I did that, this whole side here was goobered up with some clear looking jelly. So I scooped out as much as I could, went ahead and took this valve cover off. This one had a little bit of buildup down there. This one had more. So that's the type of jelly that came out of this intake tube, and then there was some down there. This valve was stuck. I took the back of a wooden screwdriver and tapped it, got that loose. So once I scooped out all the jelly I could from this side, I took my air gun. It's got a rubber stopper on it. So I blasted out a bunch more, blasted out some more white crust here. I had a little wire brush to clean this up. So then I took a long screwdriver on this 22 horse 724 and I inched the flywheel along one tooth at a time until I rotated it 360 and made sure everything was going to be free and clear. And it did rotate without any hiccups. So I just basically used the post for the coil here and just did one at a time until I got that to rotate. So then I did the same thing here. I cleaned out this side. So what I ended up doing was, after all that was cleaned up, I took a little used transmission fluid, ATF. I poured some down here, then poured some down here to try to coat the cylinder. I took my air hose, blasted here, blasted there, spun the engine 360 again, did a little more, trying to just get rid of all that salty salt. Stuck a brush in here to get it loosened up. There's still some down at the bottom there. So I hope all that salt will eventually get pulled in and burned off. So once I took the cover off, there was some more buildup down here. I think the rats were in this section too, so I cleaned up all that garbage they had gotten up in here. There was some rat turds here, so I took my awesome orange degreaser and just went around, sprayed everything, sprayed the case, eked out all the leaves and crap that were down there, sprayed down there, sprayed here. So that then I just took my garden hose and hosed it all down. I wasn't worried about getting any water here. So did a good job of getting rid of the rat turds and some of the rust on the top here. So then I went through again, blasted all the water out, blasted all the water out of here. So I think I did a fairly good job. One of these coils is rubbing some rust here on the flywheel, so I'm going to have to attend to that. Right around there it's rubbing just because this got scaly. So I should probably check the crankcase. I'm sure I blasted some water in here or there, but I'm not worried about that. I'll change the oil. No, it looks still pretty good, but I'll change it anyway. So this 2021 is coming along. It's going to be a big project. I'm thinking with the amount of water, it was probably up to here, I'm guessing, that the carb is going to be shot. So what I'll do is I'll put a little bit of rust buster here. I'll use vice grips and just break the tension. I'm not going to use a Phillips or a flat because I'll damage the groove and I'll never get this thing off. I just want to see what the underside looks like. These are relatively cheap. If it's not salvageable, I'll just get another one. For under 20 bucks, I can get a filter, another carb. So I got a vice grip right here. Let's just, for the fun of it, see if I can get this thing off. If it don't come off easily, I'll soak it overnight. So that's basically where I am with this green and yellow turd. Ironically, the tires are fine. Usually every stupid rider I get, it's got flats. This is the only advantage to this one. It's only a couple years old and the tires are all good. Tread's good and they're not dried out. I know this thing's going to be so oxidized. Okay, that didn't do anything. The all this intake's got to come off too. It's all removable here. I just didn't get that far. Nope. Not the best vice grip. So I'm not going to try to damage this thing. I'm going to try to soften these up, and these two have to be removed. If I do ditch the carb, I need all the plastics and the linkage here. The other linkage stayed behind. Okay, I thought I'd give you an update. That's what's happening. The only other deal is I've got to clean this one up, get rid of that snot on this side. So I have 360. Yeah, see, it's rubbing right there. But looking at the valves, all the valves are moving up and down on both sides. So I'm happy how we're progressing so far. So do the carb, and then I gotta work on electrics. And hopefully there's no broken wires in the harness. You can see the discoloration down here. It's all snotty and then starts to clean up here. So that kind of corresponds where the line was on the plastics, right about here. So it all adding up. Fuse holders kind of crunchy. Might have to do some cleanup on that. Looks like quite the job, but I've got all winter to mess around because I'm not going to the pound. Okay, we're going to keep plowing through. Might need a couple of intake gaskets. They were kind of crunchy. I don't know if they're salvageable. Might have to order a couple of these. Yeah, I probably do. Just looking at the other one, it's all kind of smushed and disfigured. Yeah, see right here. The lips kind of bent over. Okay. You guys have a good day. Adios, amigos. Tip you waitress and wait staff. See you.